You are an adult in Catholic Youth Ministry. You are an adult. Everyone else looks to you as a leader. There might be other leaders, with other responsibilities, and yet they all look to you as a leader within the church. So let's talk about our expectations about what leaders in the church are responsible for and what they're connected to. In your interactions with people, you must recognize that each person is a creation of God and therefore intrinsically valuable and worthy of respect. The things we're about to talk about today in terms of the code of conduct are indications of that respect. Respect that people should receive from you because you are an adult within the church. You are a leader. They see you as church. All those who are connected with church personnel, are expected to represent the church in faithful, authentic, and loving ways. They should conduct themselves in a way that provides a witness to the gospel values. Those who are teaching about the faith, preaching about the faith, counseling with the faith, and providing vision must do so in accordance with church doctrinal, moral, and spiritual tradition. Church personnel and ministry should be persons of virtue willing to extend themselves to another in the name of Christ, and those who represent the church must do so in a way that is consistent with church's tradition. Church personnel are expected to seek and maintain competency in their subject areas when they're exercising their roles. You need to continue to grow, not only in faith, but to grow in your ability to do the things that you do. You may need to have more training, more certification, proper credentials to do the work that you're doing. And you must continue to have theological competence that is necessary for your roles. If you're going to talk about God, if you're going to teach about God, you need to make sure that you're continuing to be fully. You should also be seeking guidance from those who are supervising or leading you about what's expected in terms of your performance, how you might be able to conform to archdiocesan policies, and how your performance might be meeting expectations. Let's talk about the dignity of each person and being committed to the best interests of others. We need to recognize that we have power in relationships, a power to do good and a power to cause harm. We also have a privileged access to information, and we need to respect appropriate levels of confidentiality. Of course, we don't promise confidentiality to a young person when we are aware that what they're about to share may be possibly putting them at further risk. Confidentiality in cases of abuse, in cases of a threat of suicide or violence or harm to a young person must be broken for that young person so that we can inform the proper people, their parents and others, about to be able to address the situation. We have to have appropriate boundaries in our relationships, especially our relationships with young people. We need to maintain appropriate boundaries in our relationships. We know that 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 6 boys is sexually abused by the age of 18. We know that 95% of the offenders are someone that the child knows and trusts, a relative, a teacher, a coach, a family friend. We've got to be careful in maintaining appropriate boundaries in relationships. Those appropriate boundaries become not only in the real world of our interactions with each other, but also in the virtual world, our interactions with young people online and in texting. Related to the dignity of each person and the best interest of others, we want to be familiar with and support the statement. Related to the dignity of each person and the best interest of others and reporting requirements. We do not want to be involved or connected to, and we want to intervene when we see harassment happening among our young people and with each other. We are also duty-bound to hold one another accountable to conduct and standards appropriate to our respective roles. We don't want to cause scandal in the community. We have a duty to hold each other accountable in our service on behalf of church. We can meet the challenges of our ministry. We must be able to assist those who have fallen short in doing so.